Hello friends, I've had a lot of questions about this, so today's video I'm going to explain how I do a headlight restoration. Step number one, examine the headlights. Try and get a plan together. Understand you cannot do anything about the inside damage, and if there's cracks, you definitely want to stay away from those because you don't want to make that situation worse. Step number two, clean the headlights. I use IPA, which is alcohol, and water 50-50, and it will get all the bug juice and everything off. Step number three, which you do not see me do very often, I have a reason for that. Tape off the painted surfaces around the headlight, especially if you are not experienced and do not understand what you're doing. It's always best to be safe. Step number four, start sanding. Make sure you have a water bottle or a little bucket of water. Put a couple of drops of Dawn dish soap in there. You can start with maybe a 600 grit or an 800 grit, and in my case I'm using a 1000 grit sanding block. Whatever it is you use, start with those lower numbers, and this is probably one of the most important steps in the restoration process of a headlight. You have to take your time and be patient. Keep sanding until you get all of that clear coat, that damaged clear coat, off of there. Okay, now that you've gotten all of that clear coat off of there and the headlight is looking cloudy, don't worry, that's normal. Now you move to the next grit wet sandpaper. In my case, it's going to be 1500 grit. Remember, the lower the number, the more abrasive the sandpaper. The higher the number, the more fine. So if you start with 1000, you're going to want to go to 1500 or 2000 after that. I typically use my second round of sandpaper 3 to 5 times over the entire headlight. That will usually clear off a lot of those grooves, and you will notice after you get through those 3 to 5 passes, it will actually start to clear up. Now, just a quick little note. After you go over the headlight each pass, rinse it off, dry it off if you have to, but use your fingers. Check and see if you've got all of that clear coat off. Make sure it's a little smoother. If you've got some rougher spots, go back over them. You know where I'm going. Okay, the next step would be either going to the next grit of sandpaper if you have chosen 3, or in my case, I just start using my compound and I start using the polisher on the headlight. I run the polisher until all of the compound has cleared up and you can start to see the headlight. I just keep going. Okay, so the most important step at this point is to get a protective coating on top of that headlight once you've finished it. So I will typically use a ceramic spray coating. You can go with a clear coat and just recoat it if you wanted to, or you can buy a small bottle of ceramic coating and just do it that way and probably have longer coverage. This particular coverage I use is going to give about 12 months of coverage. So I do not recommend the kits, and I'll tell you why. I have spent the last 3 weeks doing a lot of headlight restorations. Most of them have used the kits and they failed within a couple of months. So I do not recommend the kits, even though I have never used one. The reason why is because a lot of people just don't understand how to do it. Just a quick little note. I should have said this at the beginning of the video. My apologies for forgetting. You might pop your hood. Sometimes you can't get to the entire headlight without popping your hood, so go ahead and pop your hood.
Oh, 1 mile in fog patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper that you. Sycamore tree, dream a little dreamer. Night breezes seem to whisper that you. Dream a little dream. Now, darling, but I love you. Still crave your kiss. Dream a little dreamer. Night breezes seem to whisper that you.
Suggestion that Saturday night, sensational double thrill stock car spectacular at 7:30 at noon.
Dream a little dream.
And that's it for the video to my friends out of state. I hope this was something that could be very helpful to you. If everybody will take a moment to like and comment and subscribe, I would love to have you. And until the next video, we'll see you later.